But even those two characters that were the lackeys that nobody really knew much about, and we knew more about them. Well, I guess the arrow guy didn't get much of a story, but the girl who liked to just play, we got to know why she turned into a demon, and like she really just in her childhood she just likes to play. Speaking of that, it's cool how these demons are not just miserable like people who want to do bad. Half these demons got turned into demons because something messed up happened in their life, and well, instead of the good coming up to you and rescuing you, like the quiet girl, I already forgot her name, but like the quiet girl, oh man, I hate when I forget it. I'll look it up right now.
Let's go.
Yeah, when no, not let's go. I can't. Saigu, I can't pronounce it. But the quiet one, the one you'd splashing, they were splashing in the face and they couldn't do it to. Like she got rescued by she got rescued by the higher demon slayer guys, and then obviously some of these demons, if you think about it, when they turn into demons, they were rescued by the main demon guy, in a sense rescued, and they got turned into demon because they had nothing, and the only one that's coming up to grab their hand is that. So it's like, not everyone could get to everyone, and it's understandable, but they just got the wrong path to take, and when they're dying, they're crying because they didn't get exactly what they wanted, and they weren't fulfilled with life. Like some of them wanted to, just like excuse me, but just going a little bit on the spider arc, the guy just wanted a family. He was too sick to enjoy his life with his family, and so he tried to force create a spider family, which was a crazy story, knowing that, and the fact that we found out he's one of the big guys, like one of the 12, but just like him who was sickly and was about to die, so he turned into a demon, and then he was seeing his family was so against him, but they weren't. They were just trying to help him. So he killed his family. He got turned into a demon. Well, he got turned into a demon, killed his family, and then like later when we find out, like, when they slay him, he's like super apologetic. Like he found out he did so much wrong. It's literally just a matter of who picks up your hand when you're down in the dirt and you need a lot of help, when you're weak, when you're sad, when you have nothing going for you. Whoever saves you, if it's either the good guy or the bad guy. But yeah,
because like, I mean, with the spider guy, which was like amazing art throughout the whole thing.
Oh my god, it was fantastic.
And it's like you literally think that the spider father is like the beastly god mode guy out of the whole group.
Yeah.
It kind of like every time, in the beginning of the spider arc, it always kept on leaning over towards the father being like the one in control of the whole family, but in reality, it was really the kid that was in control of everybody.
Yeah. Show off that he's the leader of this family, whether he's like the youngest son, he's claiming to be the youngest son. The youngest brother, I should say, but he's not. He's forcing everybody to act like that. But that's because from his past, before he got turned into demons, because he wanted a family.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Like almost all the demons he has killed had some messed up story that we find out in the end. As they're dying, that they had no choice. And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm understanding that the demons don't have to eat people, but they're being forced to eat people by the leader, because because the more you eat people, the more you consume their flesh and blood, the more powerful you are, and the more you can eat them, obviously the more powerful you are. So I'm understanding, like what I'm understanding is the demons technically don't have to feast on blood and demons. I mean, demons. The people, they don't have to feast on him, but he's making this whole thing to where they need to. He's the leader, and he's telling them, if you don't do this, you're not a true freaking demon.
Basically, but then you also got like some good demons, like the medic.
Yeah.
That was helping them before, and they still have their human side basically, because they're also helping people with medication and whatnot, but they're still keeping low key because they don't want to be on the radar of the other demons to know what they're doing.
Right.
Luckily, I mean, that girl the girl doctor, the physician, has that her ability to be able to hide herself, and then they have all those like other hidden places as well that they can all just like hide and stuff. But then all the other demons, even the low class demons, they all just, you know, like run in. Some of them eat when they need to eat, and some of them are, you know, surviving off of scraps of other people and whatnot. And then there are the ones that want to become the high class demons who are just killing just to become powerful.
Right.
But then if they kill too much, then they get noticed, and that's when, you know, the Demon Slayer teams come out to go kill them.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody has to have a balance, but the ones who are in the top chain that Muzan likes, then he will keep inside his little castle.
Yeah.
But even though these people are still strong, he'll like do his own little cooling, and he'll like kill off his own people. Like, who cares? Like, he'll be like, you keep feasting and you keep causing trouble, but you're not getting any stronger because all the people that you're eating are weak. And it's giving them like a bad name because, like, you know, they think that, oh, they're just killing a bunch of innocent people. They want to be known for like really like killing some badass people.
Yeah.
So then he just like, you know, wipes them off. And I thought that scene was like hella cool and hella trippy because, like, you know, it's so was like over the top, like everything's upside down, like that whole world is just like utterly fucked up.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
And like no matter what door you open or no matter where you run off to, he'll just blink because that's his world.
Yeah, that scene
I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah, sorry, I got a yawn attack. Yeah, that scene was done so well. It's funny because, like, in a sense it was recycled with the guy who's playing the drums. Well, I don't know the proper term for what exactly he was playing, but the guy, it was kind of recycled because the guy that was playing the drums, he would be, you know, depending on which drum he hits, he could switch the room, or he could make a claw attack, or what was the other two? It was the
that's
attack.
what he would do. He would do the claw attack. He would do the change the room, like the rotation of the room, and then another drum would change where the doors would lead to.
Right, and then there was a different rotation too. That was another one. It was just left or right. So yeah, like so I think he was just recycling that idea because it was, in my opinion, it's a fantastic idea. So I feel like instead of just the drum, you got the guy in the, well, again, I don't know the proper term for the instrument, but he was playing on the guitar thing, and every time he strung it changed the rooms, but it seemed like he knew how to control it more instead of it being random. So that was really cool that they brought that back, and I could see why the main demon is keeping, let me see if I can find his name real quick, Muzan? I don't know if I'm mispronouncing it, but I can see why he's keeping the guy playing the guitar, because then that works so well for him to take you pretty much take another person into a dimension, and then you have a meeting right there. So that was cool. But that scene was beautifully done because, like, it was away from a consistent scene that you're so used to, and like you said, it's like like an upside down world, and you just see a bunch of doors and things that are upside down. So away from the whole world, then you have the demons here trying to I'll talk about the ranks a little bit because I got amused by that too. But then you have the lower 5, is it the 5? I think the lower 5 ranks that were just talking to him, and then when he busted out like his demon arm thing, that animation to me looked more demonic than any of the art he typically uses. So that was really cool that he introduced some new animation towards his demonic arm to execute some of his little dudes that say that's the top of the, like, part of the 12, but they really aren't much. So that was cool. That arm really made a freaking difference in animation. Even from the consistency of his animation, that arm looked so different from that animation. It was so cool. So that whole scene all by itself took that. I think it was the last episode too. That episode was just, it's just that scene made that last episode everything.
Yeah, because it also, like, I mean, I guess, like, in his world, it's almost like you get a little glimpse of like how he is. Like, he's like controlled chaos because everything is unorganized and everything's basically like in Discord,
Yeah.
and yet he controls it all. So it's like, okay, so this like, I guess, like final boss guy,
Pretty
it
much.
just shows that, like, that no matter how chaotic things are, he lives in chaos and he knows how to deal with it perfectly.
Yeah.
And then if people do want to become more powerful, he's like, well, if you can handle it, I'll give you my blood. And then, like, if you survive, then you'll be more powerful, which he ended up doing with that last person,
Yeah.
basically jumping up her ranks at the very end.
Right. So that was, yeah, that whole scene again, like I was saying, like stole that like episode. That's what made it that episode. It's finally we got a little bit more about the demons after we had a lot with the demon slayers. We got a little focus on them, and then we got to focus like we were left with what about the demons? Like what are they gonna leave us with? I was thinking to myself, I'm like, are they really gonna end the season with it like being lighthearted, where they just like get recovered and then they just run into a train and get ready for the next mission? No, they ended it with the main demon being a complete crazy maniac. So that was really cool. So I'm interested in the way he's doing his rankings. I don't know if I understood it correctly, but I'm assuming the 1 through 5 are not the strong ones. I'm assuming the bigger the number is, the stronger you are with their ranks. Did I understand that correctly? Because that was those 5 demons were 1 through 5, right?
They were like, they're trying to get out of the lower ranks to get into the upper ranks.
Right.
And I think it's like it's hard to tell because of the way that he was treating them, that you're like, exactly like which one of them is the powerfulest.
Yeah.
But to his eyes, he's just labeling them with numbers. And they think that there's some type of system, but really it's just whoever's there.
Yeah. Okay. Because like, usually when you rank number 1 in like video games or anything, even the number 1 demon slayer, whatever, usually when you have the number 1, you're like, oh shit, this is the number 1 guy, this is the badass. So when he was like one of these little guys he just killed real quick was like one of the number 1s, it's like, wait, what? Usually like the number 1 guy is the strong one and you just wiped him with your demon arm. So that was crazy. So my little understanding is there, instead of like being, ranked number 1, you're the strongest ranked number 1, I think the lower the number they are, it seems. But then like you said, they might just be numbers too.